Good morning. I'm in Hanoi, Vietnam. Always wanted to come here, had a chance to come here. I'm on assignment in Asia and I have a few days here to roam around, wander the streets. I had a really nice note from a viewer the other day, and he said, man, like everything do you shoot turn out? And no, everything I shoot does not turn out. I doubt myself as a photographer all the time. I end up shooting a lot of photos all the time. I end up shooting a lot of film. But this morning, I'm gonna do something a little different just to show you kind of how crappy of a photographer I am. I have one roll of film. This is a roll of Porta 400 that I'm actually gonna shoot in a Rolleiflex. I don't shoot color in the Rolleiflex very much. I've done a few tests with it, but Hanoi is such a colorful place. This is the place where you need to shoot color. So I am gonna load this up. I'm gonna shoot one roll of film and I'm gonna show you every single shot from the roll. There is only going to be 12 shots, but it's early morning in Vietnam. The streets are just waking up. It's colorful. The people here are amazing. They're so friendly. We've been here for a couple days roaming around, and this is truly a remarkable place. If you get a chance to come to Hanoi, make sure you come. So let's load this up, let's walk around, and I will show you every single shot I get from this one roll of film. The good stuff and the bad stuff. Let's hope that there's more good stuff today than bad stuff. Okay, frame one, and we are ready to go. Today the light is very subdued, it's overcast. So basically, I'm just gonna do 1 meter reading, and that will be my meter reading. And it is at 400 ISO. It is 1/25 at 5.6. That's gonna be my baseline meter reading. If it gets a little darker, I'm just gonna open up, and if the light comes out, we'll meter again. But let's go and see if we can find this first photo. Just trying to capture the chaos of all these motorcycles. Crossing the street here can be, it's an adventure for sure. It's Saturday morning at the market. Look at how colorful they are. It's interesting taking photos with film when you only have 12 exposures. That's all I brought with me is one roll of film to see what I could get. But you really start to think a lot differently of when you're actually going to push that shutter and if the picture is worth it or not. I mean, I'm shooting some digital here as well on this trip, but it's a great exercise just to go out with one camera and one lens and a little bit of film and really look, and the eye really starts to see. When you're not shooting a whole bunch of photos digitally, you really start to look for images and for moments, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. It's great just to walk around in the morning. There's beautiful soft light here, and look for some images. I'm on image 11. I only have 2 images left, so let's try to make them good ones. Yeah, I don't think I want this photo. I only have 1 photo left, so we gotta try to find a good one. That was it, exposure 12. Oh, now there's another picture right there I just missed. I don't have any more film. Good exercise. We're gonna go get some breakfast, and I'm not gonna be able to see these until I get back to Canada, see how they turned out. We were in Japan for over 2 weeks. I think we heard a horn once. They communicate with horns here, which is pretty funny. This really is such an amazing country, and we're just starting our journey here, so I can't wait to see more. Let's go get some breakfast.
All right, I just want to go over some of the photos that I shot on my 1 roll of film challenge in Hanoi. Here's the first frame. I like the first frame. It doesn't really work. There's really no central point of focus. I like that she's getting her cart ready full of vegetables and kind of the street scene, but it's a little messy and it just kind of doesn't work for me. This is another epic fail. I wanted to kind of photograph the chaos of all the motorcycles crossing the street, and it just doesn't work. There's no design, there's nothing happening here. Again, a fail for me. I like this third shot here, the woman walking with her bike with a whole bunch of fruit on her bike coming from the market. And you know, I like the lines and the motorcycles or the little scooters in the background. It's just a nice little street scene, and I love up in here where you can see the buildings, and it gives you a nice sense of place. And this photo is okay of the woman cleaning her little vegetable stall. The fruit and the vegetables in Hanoi were great. Next time we go back, we're gonna get an Airbnb and go to these places and buy fruit and vegetables and just cook food on our own, because the produce was really nice. But again, it's just it's a little bit of a street scene of what's happening here. This is an almost picture. There's this long row of fruit, vegetables, flowers, and these women going through picking them out for the morning. But again, it's a little messy on the right-hand side here. You know, the color's nice, but again, doesn't really work for me as an image. I like this detail shot of the flowers, and alone, it really doesn't mean a whole lot. But if you're going to do a little bit bigger project on Hanoi and have a series of pictures, these detail shots are nice to have, and these roses are super colorful, and I love the green in the background. Again, a little bit of movement in this image with the motorcycles. I don't even know why I took this picture. This is, again, a fail for me, doesn't work. It's one of those things when you're shooting your first roll of film, you're trying to get into a groove and trying to see, and normally I would have worked this scene, I think, a little bit more if I didn't have just 12 images. but I took this and a fail again. I like this picture, this woman getting her little flowers with her fruit on her bike. You can just pull up on your bike and you can do your shopping and then take off. Just an interesting, kind of sets the way of life in the old town in Hanoi. I really like this picture. I almost photograph a close-up of these chickens in their cage on the back of a bike, but then the whole point of the picture is the cage is on the back of this little motorcycle. They use these little scooters to take everything around in Hanoi, and so I backed off a little bit and got the chickens on top of the bike, but the light is kind of nice, you know, coming in from the back a little bit, and yeah, chickens going to market. I like that photo. And this as well, I think, you know, I photographed on the beans there and had her in the background. I probably should have focused on her and had her more in focus. So the photo, again, it's a little bit of a fail for me. But I do like those round baskets full of beans and the color in here. And if you're showing pictures like this back at home where I come from, it's, you know, a lot different street scene. And a lot of my friends and family that have looked at these, they're really interested in how people live. And I like this picture too. The two guys early in the morning just hanging out on their bikes, talking on their cell phones. One guy's looking at his cell phone with the world whizzing by. And I like those buildings in the background that are all jutting up and the light is really nice. It's just kind of a nice little relaxing moment and a little bit of a different moment from the other motorcycle pictures. And then the final image here, I need to crop in a little tighter, which I did, but I love the lights over top of the stall and the woman weighing out the chicken and the meat here on the street for when people come by and buy their meat for the day. And again, just a nice little street scene. As always, I hope you liked that little exercise. One roll of film in Hanoi, my one roll challenge. Of course, I shot more stuff for the next couple days that you saw at the beginning, but it was, yeah, it's a really interesting exercise, and I think I'll do that in more places, try that one roll of film. As always, thanks a lot for watching. Vietnam's such a great country. Go there. I will see you next time. Cheers.
This is that photo I was waiting for earlier. Now it's all lit up and I don't have any film.